more 7-round mock drafts on tap and tackle this Green Bay Packers 7-round mock draft. They have 11 draft picks. You think it's priority here for Green Bay early in the draft?
Ooh, well, I mean, before free agency, we would have said safety, right? But they went out there and they got themselves an Xavier McKinney.
Offensive line. Got to show that
Yeah.
offensive line
I
up.
think they definitely
Left
have to show
tackle?
the offensive line back up.
They might need a guard too. They might need a couple guys in there.
Yeah, a couple guys and depth for that matter. You mentioned the safety position. Yeah, they still need another safety.
They still need
I
another
mean, you go
safety
back
as
to
well.
it, but you don't have to press, right? In this
Sure,
round,
sure.
press is bad.
You can wait to day 2, day 3 potentially, but certainly it's still an area that they need to address. So Green Bay, really young roster, but they have some needs here, right? There's been some changes to this roster, some turnover. So let's get it underway. Let's get it underway and see how things unfold here.
It's always a guy, man. Every draft, somebody's going to fall.
25th overall pick. You mentioned Cooper DeJean, corner, safety. He can do it all, right? The offensive line, obviously, you have our top interior offensive lineman here in Jackson Powers Johnson on the board. I think he'd be a welcome addition to this offensive line as well. Then you get into Graham Barton. I think even along the front seven, even along the down line, use another body there. Green Bay has 11 picks. They have 11 selections, but they have a lot of areas to address, whether it be you need to add somebody who can come in and be an immediate starter or just additional depth because they just don't have enough bodies at a given position group. So what do you think?
I mean, I think we can ignore Brock Bowers just sitting there. I'm good with going with JPJ, the law firm right here. I mean, that's an easy selection for me. I mean, that's a beast. And he fits. I mean, he fits any scheme as far as I'm concerned, but he would fit this scheme very well. Makes it easy. Yeah, I mean, in reality,
we're assuming he isn't
Brock.
there.
Yeah,
that's really what we're working with here. That we're assuming he is not on the board.
Yeah, man, I'm fine with JPJ. Like you said, he's a plug and play guy. He fits perfectly in this system. Got the versatility along the offensive line, guard, center, wherever you want to put him on the interior, man. He'll be just fine. I think out of all the evaluations I did in this class, man, he's one of the more easier evaluations. You can see him fit in this scheme and being a 10+ year starter. Just think about what Jason Kelce did for the Philadelphia Eagles. I think he's going to have kind of the same impact for whichever team he goes on in the NFL. So I'm cool with JPJ.
Yeah, they lose Runyon in the interior of that offensive line as well. So I'm certainly not mad at it. I'm surprised there isn't a little bit more push for Cooper DeJean. I guess that's because of the Xavier McKinney addition, right? And you're viewing him more as a safety at the next level, outside of a very zone-heavy scheme, right? In terms of him being a boundary corner, you're thinking the move to safety ultimately is where Cooper DeJean ends up. So let's go with Jackson Powers Johnson here, 25th overall. Some would say it's unrealistic that he's on the board right now. So, but as you mentioned, Hadley, somebody's going to slide. Somebody's going to slide at this point. I don't expect it to be Brock Bowers. I really don't. All right, our next selection is up in the second round with the 41st overall selection. We also have the 58th overall selection here in Green Bay. Falcons desperately want to move up, as do the Bucks.
The Bucks.
And
aggressive
Steelers.
out there.
Very. This one's probably the most realistic of the bunch.
You gotta drop 16 spots.
Yeah, but you pick up a third round. And of course, we already have 2 third rounds. This team has 11 picks. So if we don't trade at all, I don't know that I would bat an eyelash. But you always, pick up the phone, listen to what other teams have to offer.
Yeah, you'd be a fool not to.
Let's take a good look at the board here. Jordan Morgan still there. The question with Jordan Morgan is whether or not you view him as a tackler or a guard. I tend to lean towards interior offensive lineman, although I think an NFL team will give him an opportunity at the tackle position, see how he does. And if that doesn't necessarily work out or you have a better option there, move him inside. So that's obviously a player to consider if we just want to put a bow on this offensive line, really bolster it. Tyler Nubin, you know how I feel about the 41st overall pick. That's generally been the Tyler Nubin pick. So he's available. Edgerrin Cooper, right? They move off of Campbell. You have Quay Walker, but I think Cooper really legitimizes the second level of your defense. Peyton Wilson's there. Pete mentioned Green Bay transitioning to a 4-3 defense, Braden Fisk at that point.
Yeah,
Although
but
I think
Javonte White,
yeah.
As soon as I read
I
that
just want to,
comment by Pete,
I wanted to mention Fisk because I think that's
yeah,
the best situation for him. But Wyatt is the guy.
When I read that
there.
comment, I was like, "Yo, Devontae Wyatt is going to eat in that new 4-3
Yeah.
defense." Also, my guy Lucas Van Ness, I think he's really good 4-3 defensive end. I think both of those guys will benefit moving to that even man front. And if you got that even man front, man, it's hard. Like I'm looking at Edgerrin Cooper right here too, because you're going to need that middle linebacker right there next to Quay Walker. So yeah, that's who I'm kind of looking at for this team, man. If you want to move from a 3-4 to a 4-3, that's always a hard transition for any team changing personnel like that. So you got to get those guys up front in the front seven to kind of make it easier for you. I know DK's not a Van Ness guy, man, but come on, man. He didn't get on the field that much last season, man. I think he's gonna play a lot more snaps this year.
Yeah, I think he's
Give
going to
it
be a
time.
team that's going to fit him more for sure. I'm with you. I'm looking at a bunch of players. They got Carl Brooks, got Kobe Wooden. They got some guys who can play in that 4-3 scheme that should fit them well, man. So yeah, I'm with you. I think
they'll have
linebackers.
a nice 8 deep rotation.
They do.
You know, we add the right player to this mix, and they'll have a nice 6 to 8 man rotation that's really good. That's really good. A lot of upside there. So yeah,
I think it'll speed up the process for them too, because normally it takes maybe about 2 years to get all the players that you want or get it as close as you want when making that transition. So I think this is going to be a one and done for them in terms of converting it over to a 4-3, because they got guys who can do both, but I think most of them are fit for a 4-3 defense. So I like it.
Dana's point here regarding Peyton Wilson, what do you think? Him being a better fit in a 4-3 versus perhaps a 34, where you know he can avoid some of that trash with more down linemen in front of him.
So for me, for Peyton, it comes down to how do you deploy him in the 3-4, right? Is it an attacking style defense, or are we sitting back letting things come to us, right? So that's kind of where
let him get downhill.
Let him
shoot
let him
gaps,
get down and go.
Yep.
Yeah, let him get downhill and go. Right. So, but let Edge do his thing, bro.
Yeah, I'm with it.
I'm ready.
Edgerrin Cooper really solidifies the second
I'm with
level
the Edge
defense.
Cooper. And then Quay Walker would be like more what the weak side linebacker on that D. Put Edge in the middle right there, and let's run it.
All right, Edgerrin Cooper with the 41st overall pick. Fisk went with the very next selection.
Of course he did. They done tweaked him too.
Ooh, Penix
Michael Penix to the Bucks. They mad at it. It's Tampa right there, man.
Anunoby's still available.
Oh, I mean, you got to pull that, bro.
Yeah,
Max Melton's out there.
Bro, there's no discussion. Don't check nothing else.
Let me see the receivers, man, because every time we do a mock for Green Bay, the receivers come up. Even though I like the young crop of receivers for the Packers.
Jake wants another receiver.
Yeah, he wants another receiver. What is it though? Is it losing faith in Christian Watson a little bit? I know he was hurt a lot last season. Because you got Romeo Doubs, Jaden Reed. I think those two are fine. And then Wicks. I think Wicks is a sleeper wide receiver on this football team. And you got 2 tight ends you drafted last season too. So I wonder if it's the Christian Watson thing, man. Maybe they're looking for a replacement for him.
No, or just to continue to churn that room, right? Not necessarily a replacement. If Watson hits, great. But you know, Green Bay doesn't typically use first round picks on receivers. Of course, we didn't do that here. This is the time that they like to go with some of those, size, speed guys, guys that meet the measurables. Jaden Reed was kind of a departure from that, but he was so polished. We loved what he offered, and clearly he looks like a guy, a capital GUI, right? But Watson has struggled with injury. I don't think they dislike him or he's running out of he just can't stay on the field.
Yeah,
that's what I'm
saying. In case they need a just in case, right?
Yeah. Just in case.
You need somebody in the glass, you know what I'm saying? In case you gotta break the glass and put out the fire, you know what I mean? So you mentioned Nubin. You think it's a foregone conclusion based on how this has worked out that this will
he shouldn't be
tighten up the secondary. So
yeah.
And it's all Edgerrin Cooper, Tyler Nubin. Put him next to right there to McKinney. That's interchangeable right there. You want your safeties to be versatile, interchangeable. One play he's up high, the next play he's down in the box. So I think both those safeties could do those things for the Packers secondary.
All right. Here we are at 88th overall pick here in the 3rd round in this Green Bay Packers 7th round mock draft to cycle through the offers.
Bro, what are the Jets and Seahawks doing, bro? What's going on, bro? GM should be fired for those offers, bro.
Bro, this draft is crazy, bro. Guys are just falling to us, bro. Guys are just falling to us. Jalen Polk is right there at the
working
top.
out really well. You have kind of your pick of the litter in terms of the receivers here this late in the draft, right? We know it's a deep position, but there's still a lot of guys that, you know, in previous mock drafts were coming off the board much earlier. Tackle position, we probably can wait on.
Yeah, we still need a
Christian Mahogany.
A tackle.
We want to add somebody to the down line, which I think we should. We certainly can do that in the next few picks. That boy Dorless. Got our safety. Here what the corners look like. Abrams, Drain, Kyrie Jackson, DJ James. Then you get to Kalen Carson, Brownlee Jr., Josh Newton, my guy Elijah Jones out there as well. So quite a few corners available at this point. They, like I said, they have a lot of draft capital. So what do you want to do? Do you want to go ahead and just net that receiver one time, call it a day? And we're up in another 3 selections here.
You got to add a tackle, man. You got Rosengarten out there, Christian Jones.
You don't think we can grab him at 126 or so slide back up and grab him at 126?
Who you're targeting is the question.
Probably Rosengarten.
Rosengarten, yeah.
Okay. I mean,
athletic.
We can certainly see what happens at 91, right? In terms of offers that we get, we could potentially trade down as opposed to try to trade up from 126. So,
okay.
What do you want to do here at 88? That's the question.
I think Jalen Polk. I think, you know, add another young wide receiver to this bunch. He can stretch the field. He attacks the ball at the highest point. He's part of that Washington trifecta, man. Those 3 receivers there for the Huskies. So, yeah, I just love how he attacks the ball in the air.
I'm really feeling Kyrie Jackson here, man. Kyrie.
Big corner.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. This is the first pick where we're not necessarily synced up. Well, make your cases. Let's hear it.
Well, I mean, I like Polk too, though, man. So can I get a Polk, then turn around and get me a Jackson, you know, with the next pick? But I know we talked about trading down, so
I mean, we don't have to trade down. We don't have to trade down. If you guys feel strongly about those 2 players, well, then let's draft those guys, and then as you mentioned, you know, at 126 we could trade up. I was thinking let's take a look at what offers we potentially get at 91.
Yeah.
But
I'm with you.
Yeah, and I actually like what Mr. C. Prasky is suggesting. I think within the next 3 to 4 selections, so you're thinking receiver, corner, and a tackle here. I think no later than 169, we need to address the defensive line as well.
Leonard Taylor would be nice if we went.
Dana with the Nuggets here.
Look at look at corner. Let me just see if we forego Jackson.
It's a deep corner class. A lot of good guys, man.
You know, it's funny because, you know, and actually we posted this question on the community tab in terms of people's feelings regarding the depth of the cornerback class. And some people feel like it's not very good, right? And I think it is a byproduct of you not necessarily having those top 5, bona fide top 5 guys. You know, you can make a case for Quinion Mitchell pushing into the top 10 because of how he tested and the ball production. But, you know, over the last couple of draft cycles, we've had the likes of Sauce and Stingley and PS2. And you know what I'm saying? Guys that were clearly considered top 10 prospects. And in this class, we don't necessarily have that. But I just think top to bottom, it's a very, very deep cornerback class.
Yeah. I think we could wait on corner a little bit. I know you pushed it for Kyrie, but there's some guys on the Kyrie I like better than Kyrie, man. I'm not going to lie, man. You know, you got the big corner, not the big guy, but the Florida State corner, Jarian Jones. You got Elijah Jones. I like Smith Wade from Washington State. Brownlee, we saw what he did at the Senior Bowl as well. I know Jackson has that size you like, the 6'3" size.
Yeah, you do.
There's a lot of good corners.
Sorry, Jake. I didn't mention JC. JC got to stay healthy, man. He got to stay healthy.
Yeah, that's his biggest problem. Yeah.
That was my guy.
Jake's saying if we go receiver, man, the Packers fans going to come for us, man.
Man, you got Pope on the board.
Listen.
I know. I know.
Listen.
I think it's a little fall off after Pope too.
The Packers fans may come for us, but Jake has stood on the table through the entire draft cycle about this receiver that needs to be added to this room. So we rocking with Jake.
Who were the receivers he was talking? He was talking, you know, he was talking Neighbors early. right?
Nah, you ain't getting neighbors.
No. I'm just saying. All I'm indicating is that Jake has been a proponent of adding a receiver in this draft class. That's all I'm saying.
Brian Thomas was another, and maybe it was Brian Thomas, wasn't it? It was Brian Thomas.
Yeah, I
That's
think it
kind
was
of
Brian
gone.
Thomas.
That's kind of gone and out the window at this point, due to his.
I think
timeline.
it's fair. It's fair to say, listen, we don't know if Christian Watson is ever going to hit the lofty ceiling that we had for him. Right. At one point, Christian Watson was
Especially with the
getting
Packers.
first round buzz. You understand what I'm saying? And again, it just hasn't materialized. He struggled with some drops. Obviously, the size speed component is terrific, but the consistency and the availability just simply hasn't been there. So we can certainly make a legitimate case for adding a receiver. Obviously, going first round might be a little too, steep for, Packer faithful, their blood, but we haven't done that. We've gone Powers Johnson, Edrin Cooper, Tyler Newton. Like,
We were
somebody's
responsible.
gonna have
Yeah.
a problem with that, but I can't imagine a better start to the Packers
No,
draft.
this is a great start, man.
It
And we
is
talking about a
solid.
receiver like Jalen Polk. We're getting him with the 88 selection. I think Jalen Polk has he's not going to be a first round guy. I don't think, but his talent is on tape shows first round abilities, man. So getting him this late in the draft, I think this is a steal. I think this is no brainer right here.
Okay,
for the
so we
Packers.
can justify it by saying this is a value pick here. Like he shouldn't be here, right? This is 88th pick overall, and we're getting him. He's ranked 63, is probably a little higher than that, but
Yeah.
yeah.
This is kind of a best player available type of situation, right?
Yeah.
It's not a huge need, but I don't think it hurts. I don't think it hurts. And then again, we mentioned the depth at the cornerback position, and you mentioned Jerry and Jones, Headley. I think he'd be a perfect fit because he's going to play your slot. You got your boundary corners.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So if we could, stomach waiting on him a little bit, even if we decide to get really aggressive with selecting him at 91, that makes a lot of sense to me as well. But let's go with Jalen Pope. I think
Let's do it.
while again it's not a huge
Christian
need,
Watson.
I think we can certainly make a legitimate argument for selecting him, considering the value that he represents here.
Yeah, I'm mad at it.
All right, Jalen Pope.
I will go to
now
you
the
here,
question
man.
becomes, Leonard Taylor.
Yep. Y'all boys talked me out of the corner. And they talked me out of the corner, so I'm out. Sorry, Kyrie Jackson. My bad, bro.
What about your boy Mason Smith, man? You don't want to roll the dice on your guy Mason Smith?
I think Mason Smith more of a odd man front. I think he's a 5-tech. Love the long arms, what he does in the run game. I think he's benefits there. They're moving over to that 4-3. Leonard Taylor would fit it better. If my guy Dorless still on the board, I'm not sure if he's on the board still, but he'll fit that pretty good as well.
Yeah,
Dorless can do anything.
Oh yeah, I'm with Dorless, man.
I can't get with you on this one, Drew. I can't rock with you on this one. Baker's an intriguing prospect, but I can't take him over.
Baker has a lot of skill set, man. You just got to get into those routes quicker. But once he's in those routes and how he attacks the ball in the air, man, he stood out to me at the Senior Bowl.
Headley, your vote is if assuming we go defensive line here, because both of you have mentioned it now. Headley, your selections for Dorless, obviously we have him ranked higher than Leonard Taylor. Drew, you mentioned Leonard Taylor. I know you wouldn't necessarily mind pivoting to a Dorless here. You want to prioritize that over the tackle in the corner? Is that what we're doing?
That's what we're doing.
The
corner class is deep, and then the tackle class, I think we might be able to steal a guy at 126, bro.
So let me ask you this before we do it, man. How comfortable are Packers fans with Rasheed Walker at left tackle?
They want to improve that, bro.
That's what I'm saying.
So are you saying Roger Rosengarten? That's DK's favorite tackle this draft, man.
And if we do draft Rosengarten right here, we don't expect him to come in and start right away at the left tackle position. He's not a guy that tells me he's going to be a plug and play guy. He'd probably be like a year 2, year 3, come in there and start. Right now I don't think he's able to start right away.
He played right tackle though in college, so we're asking him to go play left tackle here. So that's the other thing too. So
he's going to take some time.
He took some snaps at left tackle though. He has taken snaps at left tackle. During Mobile, he took snaps at left tackle.
He did. I forgot about that. He did.
Yeah, I don't think at this point you have a no-brainer that you can just drop in and start.
Exactly.
So I would imagine that
being
would be
said,
the one gripe that Green Bay Packers fans have to this point is that you didn't get me a starting tackle. Bakhtiari's gone, right? We need to improve upon Walker. You understand what I'm saying? But we need to add a tackle regardless. All right. The question is, at this point, based on who's on the board, do we prioritize the tackle or do we go with the down lineman or perhaps the
Dorless.
corner?
I think the more responsible thing to do is get the tackle because that's
Yeah.
the biggest position in need. Dorless is way higher on my board than a Rosengarten, but I like Kenny Clark. I like Devontae Wyatt. I like Kobe Wooden. I like Carl Brooks. They got a lot of good names right there. So maybe we could wait on that position a little longer because tackle is more of a pressing need for these guys. Because like I said, Rasheed Walker, how comfortable are you guys with him at the left tackle position? We need some competition. Maybe Rosengarten is not the guy to come in right away, but halfway through the season, if he's showing some progress, I love his athleticism. I know the national championship game was rough, but if you watch the entirety of his tape, he's a decent guy. He's a young prospect also.
And I would say the Packers, they do develop offensive linemen, so
They do.
He could start much faster than he could on any other team because of the development that they do over there. So protect Jordan Love, man. Be responsible, man. Do the CPGM thing, man. Dorless out, Rosengarten in, bro.
Let's do it.
All right. Roger Rosengarten is the pick. I don't love it.
Yeah, I know.
I see it in your face, bro.
It's Dorless. It's Dorless, bro.
I don't love
That's
it.
the guy. Dorless is a top 50 player for us, bro.
Oh
We
man,
went we need over value in this instance, man. We're usually a value over need.
It doesn't feel good, man. It doesn't feel right passing up a Dorless, man. But I understand that it is a more pressing need.
Listen, sometimes being responsible don't feel good, bro.
Man, listen, man.
Until it works out.
Those are facts.
We should have got aggressive on this draft board, man.
Oh, so now we want to get aggressive. We want to get aggressive.
Yo, I rewatched that video like 10 times, man. I'm like,
the Pittsburgh one?
Yeah, I'm like, bro, Drew might have been right, bro. Like trading up, bro.
We gotta comment on Kingsley. That. I don't want to detract. I want to detract. When we transition to the Bucks, I'll bring it up. I'll bring it up with respect to the Steelers draft. So here we are at 126. Here are your corners. DJ James has slid quite a bit.
Boy, Christian boy, he's beating boy. Yeah, what is it? 38 reps or something like that. Something crazy.
Yeah, he did.
Grown man strength.
Strong. Yeah, man, strong out there. Beast, man.
Bucky.
They changed Bucky. They changed Bucky's name.
So we got to give him his whole name.
His name has always been.
Yeah, I know. Bro. He went to the government. Oh, they never had Bucky on the mock draft simulator. No. I go with the government.
Marshawn Lloyd, Ray Davis.
Yeah, they got the big boy Josh Jacobs.
What's next?
We can look at corners. I think cornerback. Yeah. We got your boy Elijah Jones out there.
We do.
You saying you want to fix more the slot than the outside corner juice? Is that what you were saying earlier?
Not necessarily. I'm just saying that Jerry Jones he presented that flexibility, right? He's one of many really good slot corners in this class, but he's no longer on the board.
Yeah.
So he out the window. Go to safety real quick. I just want to see what's there.
Why? Why do you want to see what's there?
Just want to see, bro. Come on. Indulge me, bro.
Let me see the corners again.
No, I'm not paying attention to this.
Who's at the bottom, man? Who's under those guys? Go down a little bit on corners. Let's see if any guys I like over there. Glover. Okay. Yeah, I think we might have to. I'm looking at DJ James. That's kind of who I'm looking at. Slot corner. I know Elijah Jones. That's your guy. More outside corner, but if they need that slot corner, I like DJ James. Mm-hmm.
All right, DJ James. It is our next selection at 169. So through 6 picks: Jackson Powers Johnson, Edrin Cooper, Tyler Nubin, Jalen Polk, Roger Rosengarten. So we doubled up there in Washington, and DJ James, our last selection. D-Kit mentioned after Dorless tortured Rosengarten in the last 2 years, he goes before him.
Yes,
man, it happens like that sometimes.
Those are facts.
Oh man, Elijah Jones still out there. They sleep.
Oh, yeah.
They
Another
sleep.
corner.
Here are your down linemen.
What you got?
Tyler Davis, Christian Boyd, Keith Randolph will be the top 3 here.
I'm thinking edge
Our
over
edges,
interior.
Caesar, Thomas, Jackson, McGregor.
Xavier Thomas.
Edge over interior. Why?
Colby Wooden, Carl Brooks, Kenny Clark, Devontae Wyatt. Those are 4 excellent players, in my opinion. The edge position, you got Preston Smith. He's aging. Van Ness, Rashawn Gary. I just think it's more depth
I'd say edge
in the interior for Green Bay at this point. So I like Xavier Thomas off the edge, man.
I agree, bro.
Thank you for that, Drew. Thank you for that hard-hitting
analysis.
There's nothing to say. Ran down the roster, hit you with the positions, hit you with the numbers. You know what I'm saying?
That's a good point. And Agbare, they're another one of their edges toward the ACL.
Towards ACL. There you go.
Xavier
Dana
Thomas here.
Yeah, I think Xavier Thomas is a steal, man. I think the tape is crazy, man. The burst, the bend. It's not many edge rushers that can bend like Xavier Thomas.
4 selections remaining here in this Green Bay Packers 7-round mock draft. 1 more here in the 6th round, and then the remainder in 3 in the 7th. So what say you? This is best available. We're getting into those running backs. There's a couple receivers, tight end. Dwight McGlothern.
What was
still
the deal
out
with
there.
Josh Jacobs? Was it a 3-year deal? That's a 4-year deal.
Isaiah Davis, Garendo, Dylan Locke, Cody Schrader. You gotta pause this, bro. Come on, bro. Long like Drew likes it.
Yeah.
What?
You like
Pause that up. Pause it up.
Whoa. Let me read through it. Let me read through it.
Oh man, you can't don't do your boy Drew like that, bro.
Last year, but it's long like Drew likes and aggressive. What?
I think so. Let me clean it up.
No comments on that bit, no periods.
Let me clean it up.
Gotta run on sentence, bro.
So Drew was obviously in favor of Kyrie Jackson, right?
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? So you're thinking in terms of the measurables as it relates to Kyrie Jackson. Perhaps that's the direction DK was going in.
Okay.
Jake with the whoa. Just to see him clip that.
Oh man.
All right, let's get back in here.
Well, let me ask you something, DK, because when I watch Kamal Hayden, the problem that I have with him is they have this man sitting in zone so much. I don't know what he looks like in man coverage. I don't know when he's out there on an island by himself. What does that look like, right? That's the conundrum I have with him. So if you're telling me we're going to play a bunch of zone, which I don't know if that's going to be the case in Green Bay, I'm a little hesitant.
Yeah,
I like his click and close. Apparently they were using him in the way he should be used, but I just don't know man coverage what that looks like.
Yeah, that's what I got on Hayden too. I say his best attribute is click and close and off coverage. Triggers downhill quickly. And press closest to the receiver, he can be beaten. His hips, it's pretty little tight hips. So, and then he's more comfortable in bail technique. So, yeah, exactly right.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
When he's up close and personal, it's usually I'm getting the hell out of Dodge, cover 3 or whatever it is that he's doing out there. Look at the 2022. Okay, I'll take a peek. Give me a little bit more.
You got excellent ball skills though. Really good ball skills.
Yeah,
Hayden. I put right here. He reminded me of the cornerback version of Kellen Bullock. That's what I got in the notes, man.
Really?
Oh, wow.
So how would his ball skills stack up to McGlothern, in your opinion?
Cleaner. Come on, bro. Clip it, bro. Clip it.
I think McGlothern is more instinctual with his ball skills. He sees it really well. I think he reads it better than Hayden. I think Hayden is just quicker to the football and has those natural hands. Yeah, I think it's more instincts with McGlothern. Yeah.
That's the cornerback conversation. What do we want to do? We got 4 picks here. What do you want to do?
All right, so let's add some depth, man. Can we go to interior O-line? I just want to see what's there.
I think Delmar Glaze, Ali, and Kingsley are all interesting here.
Charles Turner ain't a bad guy either.
Charles Turner's not bad. Glaze inside outside though, right?
Yeah, it gives you that. Yeah, it gives you the
DP,
Let's go Glaze.
what's happening? You want to go Delmar Glaze here?
Yeah,
I like that
the
selection.
versatility.
I like that selection
right.
because, to your point, he does bring a certain level of versatility to the O-line room. All right, so Delmar Glaze at 202.
And you see how many picks we had left? You have 3, 4?
We got
Three
three more.
3
I
more?
think we go back to the D line position. I know we've picked the edge over interior defensive line with Xavier Thomas, but I think we can still beef that up on the inside. Did we draft a corner for them yet? We didn't get a corner. Oh, we got DJ James.
We did. We got DJ James.
Okay.
Unless you were looking for a guy on the outside. I mean, I guess we can go back there with one of the last.
I would add McLovin. I'd add McLovin. Unless you want to go get a back right here, Cody Schrader type.
Oh, I forgot we're supposed to be getting the back, man. Let's lock in the back right now before we lose him. I'm good with Cody Schrader.
Okay, Logan Lee. DK say he like Logan Lee out there from
Was he
Iowa,
rated?
right?
Will we lose him? Yeah, it's Iowa. Double up 2. So Jake's saying linebacker. So you already know my pick.
You want to prioritize?
We're gonna lose somebody. We're gonna lose the running back.
I mean,
I'll prioritize the linebacker over the running back.
All right. So let's go bookie here, and then we'll see what remains with our last 2 picks.
Oh, he might be there, man. Come on.
Oh, the running back. They go Cody Schrader
Got him.
right there.
There you go. Right there. Got him. Lock it up.
All right.
Grab a Cody Schrader.
Schrader.
Go back to corner. Hayden's still there. Oh, he's still there.
Hayden's still there.
Yeah.
Miles Murphy's still there. Love it.
Yeah.
If you want to add some size to the interior defensive line.
I mean, look at Miles. I forgot how big Miles Murphy is.
Nah, he's a big boy. He over 300. Yeah. Physical.
Yes, I do. D-Kid. Yeah, I'm thinking Bookie comes off the board around the 5th round.
I'm not mad at Hayden.
Drew, if you're looking for size, Ryan Watts give you some size, bro.
Nah, bro. Miles Murphy that big? Oh no, hold on. No, I'm wrong.
You're looking at the other Miles Murphy.
Yeah, man. They don't want to pull up. I want to pull the Miles Murphy I'm looking for, man.
Dana likes Eric.
Oh yeah, 6'4", 309. So yeah, that's big. 33 and 7/8 arm length, 79-inch wingspan. So.
Length and strength.
All around tight end. Medicals are clean. I was thinking about tight end, but then they went back to back last year. No,
they did.
But maybe one of them physical tight ends though.
Big boy though. Let's get somebody from the East-West Shrine game, man. Ryan Watts.
We haven't addressed the D line outside of when I say D line. Brought in Xavier Thomas, but we haven't addressed it.
You're talking about okay. So I'm good with Miles Murphy. I'm good with Miles
Murphy here.
All right, we'll pick Miles Murphy here to round out this Packers 7-round mock draft. Hadley, recap it.
At the top, man, we went JPJ, Jackson Powers Johnson from Oregon. Excellent fit in this zone scheme for the Green Bay Packers. Can get out to the second level, locate, find a block, man, and open up holes for the new running back, Josh Jacobs, man. Plug and play starter, center guard, it don't matter, man. Next up, we went Adrian Cooper, linebacker, help on that second level. You lost Devondre Campbell. Where he went to the 49ers, right?
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah, and put him next to Quay Walker. Excellent addition there. And then we went Tyler Nubin. The first 3 picks, actually the first 4 picks was just guys at the top of the board that slipped down. Excellent value picks. Got Tyler Nubin to put next to Xavier McKinney. You could play interchangeable safeties there. Both of those guys could play up high or down in the box. And then Jalen Pope, the Packers fans, they want a wide receiver. They go Jake right there. It's time to roll, man.
Is it Packers fans or Jake? I mean, Jake is the Packers fan.
Jake is saying that the Packers fans want wide receiver.
Okay, all right. Well,
that's what Jake. I'm going with the Packers fan.
Defer to Jake.
So I went and got go Pack, go. So I went Jalen Pope, put him there with Romeo Dobbs, Jalen Reed, Christian Watson, and Wicks. That's an excellent crop of young wide receivers for your young quarterback Jordan Love for years to come. After that, we went and got Roger Rosengarten. That's when we had to get responsible there, man. We was going with the luxury pick of Jalen Pope before that, and we need a tackle. We got JPJ on the interior, so we went and got his West Coast buddy Roger Rosengarten, athletic tackle, could compete with Rasheed Walker for the left tackle position. After that, we went DJ James, sticky coverage guy, great hip fluidity. He could play that slot corner. He's a little smaller. You got to get stronger and bigger, but great movement skills. And I like the way he comes up in tackles. He does miss some tackles now, but he also comes up and makes some tackles. The Alabama game, man, that's what put me on to DJ James. And then after that, Xavier Thomas, fireball off the edge, the get off, the bend, contort his body, get to the quarterback. I think he's going to be a steal in this draft if he goes this late because, former five-star guy, just for some reason kind of got lost in the sauce there, but excellent player there. Then we got Delmar Glaze.
Injuries. He struggled to stay healthy.
Yep. Yeah, that was it for the Clemson guy. But and then we got Delmar Glaze, give you versatility, could play some tackle, could play some guard. Watson, we saw him at the Senior Bowl. Really good instincts, could get downhill, sideline to sideline. Pass coverage is where he needs to improve, but they're going to probably get him going forward because he can read it out really well, decipher through traffic, and get to the running back. I really like Schrader's game. I think in this scheme, he's going to be a perfect fit. And then we got Miles Murphy, big 310 defensive tackle, more depth along the interior. I like the interior for the Green Bay, but Jake said, maybe they put Kobe Wood into defensive end. They could do a lot of different Legos and be flexible along the defensive line. This new 4-3.
All right. So 11 prospects added to the mix here in Green Bay. It's a very young roster. Very, very young roster. I think Preston Smith is the oldest guy by like a fairly wide margin. Your favorite day 3 pick among this group? All right. Starting with DJ James.
I'm going to go with Xavier Thomas. Hadley talked about it in terms of his ability I meant explosive, powerful, got bend. He is going to be a steal for whomever. Due to the injuries you were talking about, is just he kind of just got lost, bro. Lost in the sauce. But yeah, just watching the tape, man. He's not a guy. He's a guy you can't miss on tape, man. So I think adding him to this rotation, you don't got to come in and be the savior. Just be a part of the rotation. I think you're going to get the best out of him, man, because he's coming in. Not that he can't defend the run, but I'd be putting him in them passing situations, man. Just go get the quarterback, man. Cause havoc and disruption on that line of scrimmage, which is what he can do. So I think that's probably my top pick, man.
Impressive downline rotation between the edges and the tackles that they have here. Again, a lot of young players. I think Kenny Clark is probably the elder statesman outside of Preston Smith in this group, but a lot of different body types, a lot of different skill sets to throw at you in this even man front. So like what we did there, as I mentioned, the first 3 selections, even a Jalen Polk selection, and Jake mentioned that he likes that idea of a receiver. Green Bay fans in general aren't not so much, but I think that the value certainly makes a lot of sense, and he really is your insurance policy in the event that Christian Watson can't necessarily stay healthy or get it together. I love what they have in Jaden Reed. Romeo Dobbs has really exceeded all my expectations to this point. And as you mentioned, Wicks, as well as Bo Melton. You got Bo Melton out there making plays as well, too. So it's a deep room. It's not a huge need, but considering the amount of selections that they have, I certainly am okay with it. Roger Rosengarten is an intriguing prospect. There's no doubt about it. His athleticism is clear as day. He has some things to work on in terms of functional strength. It's an area that can be improved. I think in all likelihood, he ends up being a top 100 pick. So I don't think it's a value issue necessarily. I think I just like other players more on the board at that point. I would have gone in a different direction, perhaps try to trade up to acquire Rosengarten or pivot to a different tackle, a Christian Jones, something like that. See if Zach Tom can get it done at left tackle. Understand wanting to be responsible, wanting to ensure that we got somebody in here to compete at left tackle. I just like the number of players on the board more than Roger Rosengarten right there. But otherwise, this is an incredibly deep draft, and a lot of players that we came away really impressed by via film or even at Mobile, right? DJ James was at Mobile. Xavier Thomas did his thing at the East-West Shrine game. Delmar Glaze, Bookie Watson, Schrader, all at Mobile, and really performed well as Jackson Powers Johnson. He stole the show. So great draft, top to bottom. Again, my only gripe is not necessarily the player, but the fact that there were other guys on the board that I felt we should probably prioritize in terms of best player available, right? But we opted for need there. So I like what we've done here.